fluctuation. I'm right now I'm using a T-Mobile hotspot, so or like a home internet, whatever it's called. And so if you guys can't hear me, I'm sorry, but we're gonna go ahead and proceed. So lots of stuff has happened in the past couple of days. People that are trying to figure it out, people that want a little bit light on it. Essentially, Clover Health got downgraded from 3.5 stars to 3 stars. Again, this won't be effective until 2025. So they are still going to essentially, if you were to analyze their guidance for profitability in 2024 in terms of free cash flow, they're going to be achieving what they've been saying. But 2025, it's going to get a little hectic in terms of what they need to do. In terms of what are the maneuvers they need to do. Should they grow a little bit more to offset this? But how smart is their growth? Should they grow less and keep it stable? Should they cut off more of their MCR that's 98 to like 99% regarding the ACO program? So there's a lot of ways they can do this, but they have more than a year to figure this out. Okay. So overall, just very quickly, on October 16 at 6:30 in the morning, I said, hey, I bought some more, right? This is in our stock terminal. We have all of our proprietary data and all our data integration. I'm like, hey, I bought some more October 16. Now let's go ahead. What happened on October 16? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that dip. Look at that dip. I bought right there. We bought more as everyone was panicking. A lot of retail investors. Now, I want to tell you this right now. The stock price that you basically saw drop right now, this was manipulation and retail investors falling into the traps of this manipulation. Okay. For a stock to drop like this, it can be easily manipulated. And retail investors followed suit. They sold shares. And guess what? I wouldn't be surprised if we see more institutional investors increase, or just institutional investors that have short positions, which they should honestly disclose right in the time of doing it. They went ahead and closed their shorts. But guess what? I loaded up here and look at that. I'm up 14.3% on whatever we uploaded. I mean, so just to give you a kind of example, if you, let's say, would have dropped $10,000 a couple days ago, you're already up $1,400. Add another 100,000, that's 14,000. Add another million, that's $140,000. So, you can start to see the game here of how easily manipulated, you can manipulate this stock, and then retail investors just fall for it, for this manipulation. And then guess what? It just bounced right back up. But guess what? Normally this length, the time frame, I must add though, because you have to give credit when credit's due. And someone on the Reddit page touched on this regarding, how fortunate retail investors now have, like our platform and other folks on the Reddit page talking about this. Normally, in my experience, the length of this drop should have been longer. This length of this drop should have continued until earnings report, and it slowly beated itself up towards earnings, maybe to like maybe 95 cents, not already up $1 to $1. Usually the depression of this should have gone near at least the book value. So we're starting to see some retail folks understanding the situation and understanding the assignment. Okay. So, we bought some more. And then one of, I believe his name is, Mr. Turd here. Jesus Christ. Right. And he went ahead and emailed, Ryan here, Schmitz. And, so let me just read this out to you. And by the way, good job, Fred, loaded up at 92 cents. He said, hi, Josh. Very nice personalized email. I like it. Thank you for reaching out, and glad you enjoyed our Clover Assistant showcase. We plan to discuss the recent release star ratings more during our next quarterly earnings call, which, is fine. That's the time where they can talk about changes in the coming weeks. But as a reminder, we will continue to be paid on 3.5 stars for both our flagship PPO plan and HMO plan through calendar year 2024. that we've previously been awarded. So nothing's really changed, but now they really have to be profitable now. They can't, you can't take risks anymore. So I'm going to name a couple of things they can do. They can go ahead and limit growth from 2024 to 2025, but then that will still decrease their bottom line because their revenue goes down. So the only way to basically solve that issue from the stagnation of revenue growth is to eliminate the cash burn, which is the ACO program, which is the program that has approximately an MCR of 98 to 99%. Or they could go ahead and they could somehow dig deep inside this ACO program of MCR of 98 to 99% and drop it down to 85%, 86%, 87%. If they can do that in a year, then there is no problems here, ladies and gentlemen. There is no problems. And they can fix the bullshit CMS rating for 2026, okay? The other thing is just grow in the area that you're profitable in, which is Medicare Advantage, and just grow more of that to offset the, I believe, 15%-ish or less in change in payment for post 2025. So that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, it's really isn't other than, that's pretty much it. That's all I have for you guys, really. Just a quick shout out. We've sold nearly 1,000 copies of this book. I'm very excited. So if you guys want to pick up a copy, definitely would love to, have you guys support this endeavor. We also have other books as well. And also the mastering and stock terminal. I believe there's 2 more coupons left for this. And then we are going to be doing the Black Friday sale. And then after that, we are going to be increasing prices to around another, I think it'll be like another $500, right? So about $2,000. And then we're slowly, as we exit out of beta access, because our platform is pretty much almost built, and our website that has the intrinsic value and the courses that we have here. So it's pretty much built out, and we're just going to add a couple more things, and we're good to go there. So overall, any questions other than that? Yep, it's a privilege. Again, smart money versus dumb money. October 16, stock dropped. I went in, got excited, bought it, got rewarded, and guess what? Let's look another time when it was 90 cents. 90 cents was here, right? And it got up to like what, 150? That's a 69% increase. 69% increase. So I mean, honestly, this could go up to $100.56 for earnings, and if you would have dropped 10,000, you would have gotten $6,000 to $7,000 back. Dropped 100,000, that's $60,000, 69,000, right? So you start seeing the game here. Now, if I were you, the question that I would have is, Al, seeing drops like this is just really annoying. I'm trying to invest in a company that's stable. This is a little bullshit here, to drop this much money in like one day. I agree with you. And the reason why it's like this is because it's being manipulated. And the reason why it's being manipulated is because it's free cash flow negative right now, official, right? It's quarterly, it's free cash flow positive. But there's like some disparities regarding the CMS payments to and fro. Is it pre, post? So they need to have one solid year of free cash flow, and then net income, real net income, not the EBITDA bullshit, right? Real net income, not EBITDA bullshit, right? Then the stock won't be as manipulated, and then you're going to start seeing it ascend to its intrinsic value, which we've been wailing about for quite some time. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. It's always a privilege and honor to support the community here. Again, if you like the video, drop a like, comment down any questions you have. I still have some questions I want to respond to regarding the Clover Assistant video we just put out. And I hope this video is legible because I am using a T-Mobile hotspot. So hopefully, you guys can hear me. Let's see here. I was shocked to see that it dropped the other day. Not not about anything, especially with the current landscape. Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we talked about it yeah, we took advantage of it. We took advantage of the drop. And usually I would expect, to be honest with you guys, I'm not trying to be like a FUD spreader or anything. I was expecting this to be longer because historically high percentage retail owned stocks, a lot of retail investors don't really know what's going on. And to tell you, like, a proof of this, they don't know what's going on, is if you go to Tesla. Tesla became operational cash flow positive in 2018, and the stock did absolutely nothing. In fact, it fell, and then it became free cash flow positive in 2019, and then it basically dropped. And then people started to hear about it. So retail, and I was expecting it to be prolonged. I mean, think about it. Imagine doing the intrinsic value in 2014, 2015, 2016, knowing that this is a $200 or $300 stock, which we proved, and then just waiting. So I was expecting a drop like this. I was expecting it to be a little bit longer. So it just shows you that retail investors are starting to learn what they hold, and it's getting to a position where people are understanding that this company is nearing profitability. And honestly, the people that are covering this stock now, I think I'm one of the only people on YouTube that's covering it from really a fundamental analysis and deep dive perspective. I mean, the others are technical analysis. A lot of the other folks that used to cover this stock are all gone because they're like, dumb money, they're short money, and they just kind of came in and went out, and they're just quiet now. I expect them to return once the prices go back up here and they get excited. You know what I mean? And then once it goes up to like $20, $30 or whatever, and then it hits our intrinsic value, I expect them to start yelling again. And that's honestly a good signal for you to get the fuck out, right? Excuse my language, because again, right now we're at the despair. Not a lot of people have, hope. And then once we start getting up to kind of like the greed and delusional, and then, Sean stocks, and, no offense to you, I mean, where the hell are you, dude? Right. And all these people up here, once they start talking and yelling again, then, we know the intrinsic value is past its threshold, and it's time to get the hell out. Again, we're down here at the stealth phase. This is where smart money comes in. And then once it becomes free cash flow positive and it proves its business model, we get institutional investors come in, and they're going to try to basically make retail investors sell, get in. And then they're going to shoot this up to the moon, and then they'll basically start selling out here. And then you get a stagnation effect, which we talked about from the technical analysis perspective, where we can just go ahead and just really drive in the point where we get the distribution phase, which is almost like the accumulation phase, and then it basically starts falling down again, and then you get the penny, you get the kind of cycle repeating itself here, right? So I hope this was helpful. Again, I appreciate you guys, and if you do enjoy this content, you'll definitely like the other stuff that we have. Again, I'm a quality like person. If I'm gonna do something, it's gonna be quality, and it's very clear for Amazon to recognize this as a number one release. I really like to, and it's in the top 100 right now in books for stock market investing and investment and analysis. So yeah, I like to do stuff that's quality, that's essentially going to bring value to your life. And, this is way better than any educational K through 12 system that you've ever engaged in. And this is someone who has 4 degrees, and this 5th degree will be a medical doctorate degree, an MD, a doctor. I'm telling you right now, educational system is so bankrupt that they don't even teach this information. And we're going to go ahead and distill it. We're going to show you what these billionaires and millionaires think like. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day.